So today I decided I wanted to make a little video to show how I made our napkins, our super cute, reusable, washable, 100% cotton napkins. It's fairly simple. I watched a tutorial on how to do it, so I figured I'd show you guys how I make them. By the way, I am in no way a professional sewer, using my sewing machine as a very precarious tripod. So we'll see if this works. Okay, so I've got my fabric laid out. I've got my little paper pattern on top, and I'm going to get to cutting. So I'm back on my green mat. I'm going to line it up with a corner. You could use any of these corners, honestly, because each one is an inch, so it's easy to know. And then I'm going to mark one here and one here on the inch mark, so I know it's 1 inch down from the corner. And then I'm going to mark it with my ruler straight across, so that I know that that is 1 inch down. Okay, so now I've got all 4 corners marked, ready for the next step. Next step is going to be at the sewing machine, so I'll meet you over there. In case you might be curious, this is my sewing machine. I got it at Walmart for I think $110, and it has been pretty reliable compared to other machines I've used. Okay, so now we are going to create our corners. So using the marks of the pencil, we're going to fold in half, meeting the 2 corners. So you mark those 2 corners on the edges like that. And then you want to make sure that the rest of your napkin meets up. So you want to like check the rest of the napkin is meeting up when you fold it like that. Okay, so you're going to start sewing these corners all up. Definitely be sure to backstitch a few stitches at the front, and then you're just going to sew right through. Back it up at the end. Definitely backstitch it at the end as well. So you're just going to do that to all 4 of the corners. Now I have 4 little bunny ears. So I'm just gonna snip off the excess. So just a little bit above, like a 1/4 inch above, snip off the excess. So we've trimmed every corner. So next you're just going to flip it inside and kind of push it in. So we have a nice little corner. Okay, so we have a corner. So we're gonna do that to all 4 of the corners. So just flip them from the inside to the outside. So you have a little corner. So now we have all of our 4 corners sewn up. So next is to hem down these edges. Just going to turn it once at about 1 inch and then turn it again. So you're gonna have about 1/2 inch seam. So I pinned it all up so it lines up with the corner. Now I'm just pinning the rest of my sides down, so I'm ready to sew in a minute. Are these going to be perfect napkins? No. No. They are going to be good enough to wipe your face on. That's what matters. Many of the tutorials that I followed when making these napkins requested that I iron a lot to get that crisp edge, and I did not find that that was necessary. Okay, so now I've got all my pins in place. All right, so we're gonna start sewing. I'm trying to get it as far on the side seam here as possible, as far to the left as I can be. I'm also going to be removing my pins as I go, because those should not go under the needle. Yeah, so I'm going to start, and I'm also going to back stitch at the start and at the finish. Also, I'm going to be like coaxing it into place as I go and holding it. All right, so there's our finished napkin. Pretty simple little project. It definitely saves a lot of paper and money. Cost about $15 for the fabric, so fairly inexpensive project. We and our family decided that we're gonna be using them at least a few days at a time, if not for the whole week, because all you're really doing is like a boop, 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 boop each day at dinner. Unless we're having ribs, then it's a whole other story. But we decided that we wanted to identify each person with a little pin. So we each chose something to add to our napkin. So my sister says best wishes. My mom's has this little Los Angeles pin. We all have tons of these enamel pins sitting around. So we decided to use those as markers for each of us, so that we know, and that cuts down on washing them each and every time you use them. So you can wash them probably once a week. So if you like this video, you can add me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at the Penny Reno for more DIYs, home projects, sewing. So keep up with me there on at the Penny Reno. Thanks for watching.